Guys, deluded. YouTube's N'Golo Kante, YouTube's Lucas Torreira. I hope you're doing all fine and dandy on this great summer's evening. But back to business. Now, obviously, I love the high praise you lot give me, man. Both for me as a person, as much as you guys know me, I'm bare sweating. Me as a person, my character, and obviously the football praise for all my videos, whether it's reviewing Arsenal, speaking about kids, tactical analysis, my outlook on life generally. I mean, to hear positive comments both for you as a person and my footballing praise, praise for my footballing knowledge, if you can call it that. I can't not thank you enough. It means a lot. But to which I do believe I have a right to tell you lot stuff. Like I've told you lot many a times, I'm still learning and developing as a person. I'm 23 years of age. I mean, I see comments all the time like I'm wise beyond my years, and I honestly do believe that. But I'm also victim of doing dumb ish at times. I mean, I make mistakes in it, and obviously as you're trying to evolve as a person, and obviously the past is the past and you have to be at peace with the past. I can't always be at the people that I've wronged in the past or done stuff to in the past or have known a previous me. Just because I'm changing doesn't mean they have to accept that in the same sense there, which I've said to you. If people don't accept it, don't accept it. Like, I can't change opinions, so I don't really care about opinions. They're within their rights to do that. But ignorance, I mean, we're all guilty of some ignorance in some sort of way. No one's perfect. And I mean, I've never been, I would call my 15, 16-year-old self. I keep mentioning these years to people, to you guys, because I do believe they're significant years. Like the ages of 12, 11 to 14, obviously everyone was doing what most kids was doing, just throwing fireworks and robbing shops and robbing guys and runouts and just little other things. Like I used to take bikes and sell them and all little things like that. We all did little things like that. Not that I'm proud of it, because it's stupidness, really and truly. But idle hands are the devil's playground, or whatever the saying is, isn't it? All little stuff like stupidness like that. Obviously we get to 15, 16, I'm still doing a couple of these things. Like I'm still doing a couple of these things, but it goes a certain path in life. You need to realize, what do you want more for yourself? I've seen friends go one way, I've seen friends go the other. I'm a big fan of, if you chill with 11 broke people, you will become the 12th. Or if you chill with 11 rich people, you will become the 12th. Obviously it's not as black and white in that. What I mean by that is, you need to again, I'm not saying don't chat to people because they can't do anything for you, but one thing I had to learn is that you need to surround yourself by people on a similar mission. They can be different in appearance and outlook and life experiences, but you need to surround yourself with people on a different mission. And that's always what, like I said, I've been ignorant. I've been doing this stuff, but I've always known that in it. Like I was ignorant, but in school, if you sat down, and this still stays with me to a degree today, if you sit down with me and you speak in a certain way that resonates with me, I will hear your tone. Like I was a mediocre student academically at best, but the one lesson I can remember fully, in fact there's a couple lessons. There was one lesson that was actually about money. The man said in the class, look after the pennies and the pounds take care of themselves, and that's something I've seen happen in real life, so I take that on board. If I look back, obviously in school I wouldn't say I was a bad kid, but you done silly stuff. There was this special class that used to run around fifth period or so. All the kids that couldn't behave, sadly a lot of IC3s like myself, all the kids that couldn't behave themselves, they'll put them in a class and they'll bring like gangbangers, ex-gangbangers, current gangbangers, people that have just come out of prison on mad stretches, people, there are reports of people suffering from mental health, bare educational video, just bare stuff like that to tell you how life can go. I don't believe I really should have been in that class because I wasn't that bad. But when I look back who was in that class, and they're probably in 23-hour lockup right now trying to get canteen or whatnot. It's pretty accurate from the school to suggest that. But in that class, like, they used to obviously they used to bring people in and stuff, but there was one guy they brought, he got shot in his leg. I can't remember what his backstory, but he got shot in his leg and he had some mad, I don't even know what it was, some mad plastic boot thing on his foot, in it. And that resonated with me. It made me think about choices. He spoke to me about rage. He's like, I can get very angry, as you all can. You can all get very angry, but I've realised anger, once you let someone, of course, I'm not saying don't let people violate you. If someone tries to harm you, harm them 10 times as harder, but you've got to really control anger in life. I've clocked that. Like, your anger can make you do mad stuff. Like, I've been sadly in a couple of brawls where I've punched someone, or they might have hit me, and then we've been okay. But I'll go back and I think about these things. I'm like, I'm getting out of age now where these little things can ruin your life. I might just be defending. I'm big about self-defense, but someone might hit me. I might hit them back. They drop, bang their head. Then that's you done, in it. So I had to think about certain things and remove myself from certain individuals and situations and things like that. So I've learned a lot in it. The sad thing is most people don't care how much you learn. They once they've got an opinion of you, they've got an opinion of you, and that's actually what's harming me. That's harmed me to a degree, even with Deluded, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. People will try and not allow you to change, but it is what it is, man. People can't quantify the fact that someone can change. Like, I've seen people that their life was crap, like, not because it was crap, like they had from you got breath, you've got a lot in it, but they, because of their choices and jumping in gangs and things like that, they had no outlooks, and now they're entrepreneurs and business owners and on 6-figure budgets and stuff, and that stuff motivates me because they've changed their reality, they've changed it. Only that's why I do believe, of course, there's dynamics at play. We need to have sympathy for that. But again, it comes down to the individual, how much you want to change as a person. So I've learned not to be ignorant. Even if I look back at school life, like, some of my friends would banter me for chilling with some, not even chilling, they'll catch me chilling with some weird guys or chatting to some weird guys. Like, you might see a guy with green hair, them gamer dons and all that. They might be with them weird dons. But little did they know, these lot help you make cash. Like, there was, who knows, I don't know if they still do it now, but jailbreaking iPhones. Them times there, most people were too lazy to look on YouTube. I had the market for that. I had bare youths and people that wanted that. I didn't. The problem is, I don't know how to do that. From just opening my mouth, and I don't know if the dons were scared or what, because I'm not a fearful person, I'm not a violent person, but we was able to establish a network. Money was there to be made. Same way, I don't know if it works now, but Xbox Live 360, I used to get these accounts. It had mad Microsoft store points or whatever it was on it. Obviously, if I sell you that account, you can go on Ultimate Team FIFA thing and buy as many packs or whatever they call it as much as you want in it, and then you can transfer that to your main account and stuff. So obviously there's a market for that. These little things there, I just people don't believe in change. People don't believe something. Not just now. I'm not even talking about me, because I've seen some people I speak to, I see every day. They're trying to change their lives. They're really, obviously, if you've committed certain sins, you've done it. If you've done things, you've got to lie in the bed that you've made for yourself. I believe in that to the fullest extent. But people are trying to change their lives. I've seen people sadly that are now selling certain things that is illegal. They don't want to do that. They really want. They've gone college, they've got degrees and in uni and things, but then they hit with the criminal record thing. So they've switched it up. They've made their own. They're trying to establish their own business. Obviously, you can't get loans. You can't do several things. So what else can they do? There's one way to finance a business, and again, those of you who know what I'm talking about, you can read between the lines. To be honest with you, people, it's just. It's just, and I've also known I have manners in it. My mum's raised me with manners, but it's only as I get older I really realise if someone likes you and you're well mannered, they'll do a lot for you, and that's something I've always been able to play upon. To be honest with you, and the one thing I'd say is reputation is everything. To be honest, and on top of adding on to that, word spreads fast because. My biggest mistake is that I'm a sort of person. Okay, Bob is here, DG's here. I don't. Someone said F Bob. He does this. He does this. He does that. I don't believe any of that until I've spoken with the person myself and I'll judge him for myself. I don't like that. My biggest problem in life has been in thinking everybody thinks like that, which is not the case. Many people who get in positions or do certain things is because of word of mouth, or people that get blocked is because of word of mouth. These little things that I had to learn that. I had to learn that fast. I only learned that at 21. But I'm not gonna cry over spilt milk. I can't cry over spilt milk. Like I said, if I could go back to school or go back into certain things and learn different things and play the game a bit better, just not because I necessarily liked people, just to keep them on side, I would go back and do this as you would all. But I've made my bed. Certain things, again, I was never a bad kid, but certain things I've done in my life are playing a point, have led me to this point. That's what I believe, basically. Every decision I've made of my own accord, because my mum raised me to, whenever I've got in trouble by my parents or in school, I've known exactly what I've done. Like, I'm not one of them youths. Like, I'm incredibly intelligent in that sense, because I've always been spoken to like that. So I understand what I've done wrong in many regards. But, yeah, man, like, it is what it is. Like, word of mouth can do everything for you and can make or break you. And even in this industry, why to a degree do you think you don't see me on certain other footballing YouTube things anymore? Because of disagreements. Like, it is what it is. I'm being very careful in how I speak. I'm not trying to get at anyone. This is the realness. I will tell you the realness. To a degree, I believe the old me is beneficial because I didn't want to collab with anyone. I didn't want to reach out to anyone and these things because that's my mentality, like, to a degree, innit? without getting into details. But because of you lot, because I had to be like, yo, DG, the way you're going and you have to bend to the market a bit more, you know, you have to change and tailor your approach. I've done that to great success. You've seen me on several other platforms making good content. But to the others, damn neeks have shut the door in my face. To which I'm a big fan of, you learn from this. Okay, I did it my normal way, it didn't work. I did it this way, it didn't work. So let's do something else. It's all life is a learning curve. And most people don't want to admit their mistakes and admit their faults. Mine, if I could go back in time, I'd probably mind my reputation a bit more in a good way. I would probably play the game a bit more in a good way. But it is what it is, to be honest with you. These are lessons you learn, and like I said, I'm in my bed and I got a lie in it. I can only look to the future. I can't cry over nothing that's happened and say, I wish I did better in here. I wish I did this, this and that. Every decision, good or bad, has led me to this point now, and I can either sit here and cry and be upset about the past, or I can build to the future. Because for me, the future looks uncertain. For me, the future don't look wavy. I see no prospects. I'm not gonna lie to you lot. So the present is why you see all these vids, why you see me going hard in my private life to try and learn skills, and why you see me trying to cop promotions in my private life and things like that. But there's nothing more to say on that front, man. Guys, I'm sweating buckets now. It's hot, man. I even got my fan, and I can't even have the fan when I'm making vids because you lot will hear it. You see the punishment I go through for you lot. Guys, deluded, YouTube's N'Golo Kante, Lucas Torreira, I'm out, man. I need to go wipe my face. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to the ting and do the rest.